Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's your man, 2 Down Dan, back with another YouTube video. And today we're sitting down and talking about the AGV K1s versus the Rurok Atlas 3.0. Now, I've ridden in both of these helmets for about 3 or 4 months or so. So I feel like it's now a good time to kind of sit down with them, talk about them, and let you guys know everything that I've experienced with these two helmets along the way so that you can make a good, educated purchasing decision on whether you want to go Rurok or AGV. Because it's definitely an important decision when it comes to riding gear. Buying your helmet is going to be one of the first decisions you make, so definitely make it a good one and one that you don't regret about a few months in, because they are very expensive. The second you open that thing up and put it on your head and wear it, you are not going to be able to return it. So make your decision wisely. Take everything that I say into consideration today, because we're going to talk about fit, comfort, wind noise, music, and we're also even going to talk about chin mounts, because I have two of the biggest named chin mounts over here. I have chin mounts and I have Motorad's chin mounts. So we're going to cover it all, and I'm going to be as detailed as I can and just sit back and enjoy some information about these helmets, starting with the Rurok 3.0, because it was my first helmet. And there's a lot of things that were great about this helmet, and there were a lot of things that were terrible about this helmet. The number one thing right off the bat that was terrible about this helmet, and is the main reason why I am not still wearing it today, and that is the movement on the highway. So maybe it is because I bought one size too big. It is potential. But I've also heard a lot of people online and have read a lot of reviews since owning this helmet, and they say the 3.0 and the 4.0 and all the ones before it all have trouble with the cheek pads. They're too squishy. When you're on the highway, it starts moving around. So the last thing I wanted was to have some type of visibility issue when I'm going at speed. I want to really make sure that that helmet is glued to my face and not going to move around on me. And to be honest, I was having that issue every time I hit the highway with this one. So it was definitely an uncomfortable feeling for like 3 months riding around in this. Kind of had to be a little bit careful when I was looking to my left or right. But if the cheek pads were a little bit different and were more firm, I think I would maybe still be in this helmet. And then that brings me to reason 2 why I do not like this helmet. And that is going to be the look of the visor and the overall shape of the helmet, right? Honestly, I have a pretty small head, and it's not very round. It's more kind of oval. And this is more, the Rurok brand kind of just fits the oval head shape better. And the AGV is a lot sportier. You can see the front of it come down, and the Ruroks don't do that. They're more just kind of rounded all the way around, and they have this right where the nose is. It's not flat, right? There's this little V right here, so it really makes it look like you are wearing a snowboard helmet or some type of ski helmet, to be completely honest, in my opinion. And I did not think about that enough when I was buying this. I was just like, oh wow, look at the visor, look at the nice graphics, everything like that. And it was on sale, because like every time you go on their website, it's like, oh, $200 on sale or something like that. So yeah, I kind of got suckered and ended up with this helmet. But there were a few things that I loved about this helmet. And the one thing I will rave about this helmet is the music system. So you do not need to buy a Cardo with this helmet, which is awesome, because Rurok has their own integrated system called ShockWave, and it literally drops in right here. You probably can't see it great. Yeah, there you go. Boom. Right here. It just drops in. You don't have to use any screws or anything. There's magnets, and then you would put right in here you would put your speakers, your JBL speakers that come with your ShockWave, and they hook right into a little port, and then Bluetooth right to your phone. Boom. It could not be any easier setup and usage wise, because when you buy any other type of helmet like an AGV or any of these companies that don't have their own integrated systems, you're going to have to buy a Cardo, put it on the outside of your helmet, which you know, totally changes the look. In my opinion, I think they look super ugly on the side, excuse me, on the side of their helmets. And then there's also a wire that goes in here and connects to the speakers, and it's this whole big mess. So I don't have any form of listening to GPS or music or anything when I'm wearing my K1s. It is just me, my thoughts, and the road. And to be honest, that's kind of how I like it. I feel like you can get a little bit distracted wearing helmets like this that have JBL music blasting in your ears. So definitely keep that in mind. And let's move over. So like honestly, overall, like review wise, I would probably give the Rurok, like, I don't know, a 7 out of 10. It's a pretty expensive helmet. You don't really get all of what you're paying for, I don't think. But you also get some good stuff, right? Like the overall looks of it are good. The ventilation's pretty good. And then the music system's amazing, and their visors are great. I just don't necessarily love the little indent above the nose. That's it. The color of the visor beats the AGV one night and day. I mean, we're not even close here. And these aren't aftermarket visors. These are the AGV iridescent visor and the Rurok Rurok iridescent visor. So I'm honestly probably going to have to buy a third-party like company visor for this one, because I just don't think it is the right like color or vibe. But what I do love about the K1s is the fit. It fits my head like an absolute glove and does not move a single inch when I'm on the highway. I can look left, I can look right for even extended periods of time when I'm trying to really look around. And with this spoiler and everything like that, I mean, it is a full-on race helmet for the street, which is great. Because that's exactly what they made it for, you know what I mean? The K1s is like a 200 and, I hope I'm not wrong, or maybe it's like a $300 helmet. It's like a $300 helmet or something like that. Whatever it is, the price is perfect, and it's super worth it. But the Rurok on the 3.0 side, I think maybe is a little overpriced. But I think they both come in around the same price range. I don't want to go off and start saying prices because it's been a little while since I've bought both of these. So I don't know the current market price. I know they're each both a couple $100, right around the same area. But if you're going AGV, you literally only have 3 options. It's the Pista, the K6, which is their like $600-ish helmet, or the K1s. But the K6 does change the shape a little bit. It's more round, and it doesn't really look like the K1s or the Pista. So you got to keep that in mind. The K1s has really, really good ventilation. These two vents right here, and then this vent right below the main logo are great. The second I open those things up, air is flowing through this helmet like crazy. And you want to know what? I didn't put either one of these on, and I feel like I should. So when this one's on, as I was talking about, the visor will stay up if you're going, you know, speed or whatever. On the highway, it's not going to stay up. It'll probably shut back down. But as you can probably see, it has this top to bottom vibe to it, right? It's not rounded. And I'll put the Rurok on in a second, and you'll just see how much more rounded it is. And it doesn't really have that kind of leaned over motorcycle race feel. But the cheek pads are all the way surrounding my chin in the perfect area, and that's why I can tell that it is the right size and shape for me. But this one, on the other hand, when you put it on, it's immediately easier to get into. So I know, it's interesting. Slides on, way easier. And this whole area where I have my hand right now, like there's just no padding on my cheeks. Like it's just either not in the right area because I have the wrong size, or the pads are just not in the right spot. But again, like when you have it halfway up, you're gonna have this weird little loop in the middle of your visor. So, you know, keep that in mind. And it kind of messes with your eyesight. Like if I have it like this, I'm seeing this, I don't know, it's just different. Whichever one you will prefer, you'll have to, I don't know, get used to. But for me, I like the straight across look rather than the little swoop. But yeah, overall, they're both pretty comfortable. Honestly, this one's a lot more comfortable over time. That one, I feel like I'm getting headaches with. But, you know, it kind of just comes with this territory. I'd rather be safe. And totally forgot, you won't be able to see my face if I put that on normal. But I've pretty much covered everything. The last thing I do want to cover with these helmets real quick, because we've covered visors, we've covered wind. They're both going to be quiet on the highway. I would say the K1s is a little quieter due to that sleeker look. That one's going to be a little louder. But the last thing is I want to talk about these chin mounts, right? So there's a company literally called Chin Mounts, and they make 3D molded chin mounts to all of literally any helmet pretty much in the motorcycle industry. So you just go on their website, select your helmet, and boom, order yourself a little mount. It's so easy to put your camera on there. Yes, I could have done that for the Rurok, but I went Moto Rads because they're kind of the other big player in this space. But when I put the Moto Rad one on, it literally didn't even stick to the plastic properly all the way down. So I had to add in, you won't be able to see maybe, I had to literally add in extra foam right there so that the black thing would sit flat. And then I even, let's see if you can see, get close enough. Yeah, you can see how it's raised off the helmet. So this thing's just not ideal. And every time I put my camera in here, I have to tighten it, you know what I mean? It doesn't just click in. This one, the chin mounts, you can see that one just clicks right in, right there, boom. It's like a little scope. See that? Boom, perfect. So, we've kind of covered everything. If there's something that I didn't cover and you want me to, please put it in the comments, but I'm not gonna just run this video for too long. I wanna keep it information packed, and if you happen to notice, we do have the merch on the side here, 2 down, and we're wearing the white one. This is gonna be the main one that we are selling. It's got the back as well. If I can update the front of this, we are gonna be releasing this black one. Or if you think it's fine the way it is, we can just release it like this. And I hope you guys love it. But that's going to be all for today. That is the comprehensive breakdown of the AGV K1s versus the Rurok 3.0. I think you get a little bit more bang for your buck of the K1s, and it's also better on the highway. But if you just want to go for comfort and just street riding, and you're going to be on like a dirt bike or an e-bike or something like that, and you want to stay protected and look cool and have great music, go for the Rurok. There's literally nothing wrong with it. They're fantastic. So I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you on the next video. Later.